Jesus saw the crowds and saw them as a sheep without a shepherd. We love the parable Jesus tells of the shepherd leaving the 99 to go get the lost one. That's one that we can identify with. He is the good shepherd laying down his life for the sheep, and he is the great shepherd who will one day appear, and you will receive a crown of glory which will never fade away. Psalms 23 is as well known as John 3:16. It's been read in battlefields, in hospitals, in greeting cards, and I've read it often to the ones who are grieving at the gravesite. Well, let's look at Psalms 23. It says, "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me to lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside the still waters. He restores my soul. He leads me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil, my cup runs over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I dwell in the house of the Lord forever." There are three things that we see about this shepherd. He restores the soul, he leads in the paths of righteousness, and he preserves forever. Well, David knew this example, having been a shepherd all his life. David uses a complete and intimate metaphor where he usually would say that God is our king and God is our rock and our deliverer and our shield, but here as a shepherd. And we know the shepherd, he lives with the flock, and he is the provider and the physician and the guide. Well, without a doubt, the idea behind God's role as shepherd is a loving one and concern. David is found comfort here in knowing that God cares for him as a shepherd cares for his sheep. Psalms 95, verse 6 and 7 says, "Oh, come, let us worship and bow down. Let us kneel before the Lord our Maker, for he is our God. And we are the people of his pasture and the sheep of his hand." Well, David says that the Lord is my shepherd. Well, he could say he is my Lord, and he could also say the Lord is my shepherd. Not just the shepherd or our shepherd, but my shepherd, showing that he has a personal, loving relationship with God. But know that we also can have that relationship, as I can read, "The Lord is my shepherd," and you can say, "The Lord is my shepherd." The question is, do you have a true loving relationship with God? Because some have a good relationship and some have a bad relationship with God. You can take care of that right now. Well, we see here God is our provider and our protector, as well as our guide and leader. The Apostle Paul would describe God as the Father of mercies and the God of all comfort. While so many times we experience life storms and even struggles in a wilderness, but we agree, and when it says that he leads me to green pastures and he leads me to the still waters. We often enter into seasons of despair, and the spiritual enemies attempt to have us feel doubt and worry and paralyzing fear. But keep moving in his peace. And know, as it says in verse 5, for yourself, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. And it's great to think that even his rod and his staff, they comfort us. We might get near to danger, and he takes the hook on his staff and pulls us back into safety, maybe the safety of his arms. Or we might feel the tap. We don't realize what the tap is all about, but he He wraps us a little bit to keep us in a safe place. And no matter the consequences of life's storms, surely goodness and mercy shall follow us all the days of our lives. That's here and now, and that's forever. Have you ever had that hopeless situation, or it seemed hopeless, those hopeless feelings, and people telling you you're probably getting what you deserve? Some people will look down their nose at you. Some people are just glad it's happened to you and not to them. Kind of like the friends of Job. With friends like that, who needs enemies? But know that he prepares a table before you. And he doesn't only fill our cup, but it runs over, and we have life, and we have it more abundantly. So stay intentional, stay focused, and stay faithful. Listen to Psalms 23 once again. It says, "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me to lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside the still waters. He restores my soul. He leads me in paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil. My cup runs over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever." Well, thanks for joining us once again in our study of Psalms, and we'll see you next time.